student, how are you all? I am your math teacher. Today we are going to study unit number 2, rational number. This is very first topic of first term. Now open your books, page number 21 and the unit number 2, rational numbers. Let me explain you what is rational number. A number that can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q should not be equal to 0, is called rational number. Through this definition, you can understand very easily that whenever we write any numbers, any integer in the form of P by Q, it means we are writing in the form of fraction. So, through these examples, you can understand 3 by 2, 4 by 7, minus 2 by 5 and 1 by 6 are the examples of rational numbers. Is it clear, student? Let me explain you one thing, which is Q should not be equal to 0. It means that our denominator, what is Q? Q is here denominator. So denominator should not be equal to 0. Why? Look at here. We can divide 0 with any number as 0 by 3 and the result is 0. But we cannot divide any number by 0. In this case, it is not defined. So, division by 0 is not possible. According to this rule, we have denominator. In the denominator, we don't have 0. Let me explain you again. An integer or whole numbers can be written as a fraction simply by giving it a denominator of 1. So any integer is a rational number, as minus 5 is a rational number and we can convert into, it is integer and we can convert easily in a rational number in this way. Or 16, we can write 16 by 1 and convert into a rational number very easily. Definition of rational numbers. The set of rational numbers is a set whose elements are natural, negative numbers, 0, and all positive and negative fractions. Through this definition, you can understand very easily that all kind of fractions are called rational numbers. Now students, after explaining rational number, open your books, page number 22, exercise 2.1, question number 1. Write T for a true and F for false statement. Number 1. Positive numbers are rational numbers. Its statement is true. You know it very well, whenever we are talking about integers, all positive number is a part of integer. So, this is a true statement. Number 2. 0 is not a rational number. This statement is false. Why? Look at here. 0 is a rational number. We know that the integer 0 can be written in any one of the following form. For example, 0 by 1, 0 by minus 1, 0 by 3, 0 by minus 2 and so on. So according to this statement is false. Number 3. An integer is expressed in the form of P by Q. It is true because all integers can be written in the form of fraction in the form of P by Q. Number 4. Negative numbers are not rational numbers. This statement is false. As I have told you, all integers can be written in the form of P by Q in the form of rational number. So negative number is a part of integers. So we can write a rational number. Negative numbers can be written in the form of rational numbers. Number 5. In any rational number P by Q, Q can be 0. It is false. How? Look at here. We can divide 0 with any number as 0 by 3 and we can get the answer. But cannot divide any number by 0. In this case, it is not defined. So we can say easily, division by 0 is not possible. According to this rule, this statement is false. Now student, our next topic is representation of rational number on number line. We already know the method of constructing a number line to represent the integers. Now we use the same number line to represent rational numbers. For this purpose, we draw a straight line like this and show integers with same or equal distance as you can see here. Always remember, our positive integers represented towards the right of 0 and negative integers are represented towards the left of 0. These two arrows shows that the line should be extended. Now we can move on representation of rational number. We can classify the example into two types. One in which numerator is less than denominator, and the second is in which numerator is greater than denominator. Let me explain this type first. My example is here I have taken when numerator is greater than denominator. For this I have taken one rational number which is 10 by 3. Simply we will say that it is an improper fraction when we have a numerator is greater than denominator. First of all, we have to divide it and convert into mixed number. In this process, we got 3 digits. Here this is a whole number, this is denominator, and this one is numerator. Now I will divide these 3 numbers into different tasks. Number 1, I will take 3, which is whole number here. It is my starting point. This number, this whole number tells me from where I will start my work on number line. It tells me my starting point, my starting area, which is whole number 3 to 4. This is a segment where I will start my work. Look at here, this is denominator. Denominator always tells us divided into equal parts. It tells us that how many parts I have to divide in this area, in how many parts. 3 to 4, this segment, in how many parts I have to divide it. Now numerator, number of parts from the whole number 3. This numerator always shows that what is the exact position of our rational number. My rational number is 10 by 3, I have to convert it to 3 or 1 by 3, and this is the exact position, 1, 3 to 1, this is the first number, first point. So 1 is my exact, it tells me the exact position of my rational number. Now example number 2, in which numerator is less than denominator. This is the example. I have taken a negative number and 4 by 5 is a rational number minus 4 by 5. You can see here numerator is smaller than denominator. In this case we cannot get mixed number. So what should we do? As I have told you in mixed number, whole numbers tells us the starting point. So don't be confused. We will put 0 by ourselves, so that in this way we cannot confuse, we cannot find a difficulty. Through 0, it is very easy to understand from where my starting point on numbered line. As this is a negative number, so I will show negative numbers here, and my starting segment is 0 to minus 1. This is my main segment. So according to denominator, divided into equal parts. It tells us how many parts I have to divide this area. So according to denominator, I have to divide equally into 5 equal parts. Is it clear now? You will cut it like this. Through numerator, number of parts from whole number 0. So it tells me what is my exact position of my rational number. I will start from 0 onward, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is my, numerator is 4, so 4, this is my exact position of my rational number. Is it clear, students? Now student, after explaining the concept, open your page number 23, exercise 2.1, question number 2. Represent each rational number on number line. There are total 4 parts. I am solving here 2 for you, and with the help of these questions you can solve other easily by yourself. Question number 1 which I have taken here is minus 5 by 2. As you see that this is an improper fraction. So what should we do? Numerator is greater. You know it very well. This is an improper fraction. We will divide it and get our answer in mixed number minus 2 whole 1 by 2. So as I have told you that this whole number tells us the starting point. So my starting point is minus 2. And denominator tells me in how many parts I have to divide this segment, minus 2 to minus 3. According to my denominator, I will divide into equal 2 parts. You can see here. And numerator is 1. So my exact position of a question of a rational number is this, 1. So this is my solution on number line. Clear now? Now I have taken second part, which is 2 by 3. In this question you can see that this is a proper fraction. We cannot divide it. So don't be, I have told you, don't be confused. You will put 0 at the place of your whole number. Through this 0 you can understand what is your starting point. On number line from 0 to 1 you will have a working area. So from 0, denominator tells me that how many parts I have to divide this segment. This is 3. I will divide my 0 to 1, this segment, into 3 equal parts, 1, 2 and 3. And numerator is 2. So my exact rational number, exact position of rational number is this, 2. This is my exact position of rational number. Is it clear now? Now through these questions you can solve other 2 parts by yourself very easily.